This is the JJO Morning Show podcast with Johnny and D. Listen, rate, subscribe.
An employee at a museum in the Netherlands threw out 2 empty beer cans that were actually priceless pieces of modern art.
Uh-oh.
The hand-painted cans were made to look like 2 empty beer cans that someone carelessly left behind. And they really do look like that. They're part of a larger collection of cans titled All the Good Times We Spent Together. It's pretty neat. But yeah, they're just kind of beer cans left all over the museum. And it's kind of a cool little installation, not gonna lie. Elevator repairman didn't realize they were an art exhibit and thought someone just left them there, so he tossed them in the trash trying to help out. The museum's curator noticed them missing, and luckily the trash hadn't been sent to the dump yet. So they were able to find the cans, clean them up, put it back where they belong.
Probably worth even more. They look a little more dented and dumpier.
They say the museum bears no ill will towards the worker who is just doing his job in good faith.
What if it's part of the whole act of trash beer can turned art?
Okay. The museum director said that in a way, it's a testament to the effectiveness of the artist's work.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty neat idea.
Was it were they painted after a modern existing beer can, or?
Well, you're not going to recognize it because it's not American beers.
Yeah. I'm just saying though, was it a can that existed?
Oh yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You think you could have just went and got those cans and hung them on a string or something?
That's not art though.
Why isn't it? It's art to me.
Well, sure, I guess it would be, but that's not what this artist wanted to do. He wanted to paint them to look like regular beer cans.
So is that on the floor there?
Yeah, it's a...
So that's the whole art installation right there? Is that the thing with them on the floor? I can't see.
Yeah.
So that's it.
It's meant to look like it's just...
like somebody was sitting there having a couple of picnics.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
The colored cans stand in their light, where the black and white ones seem to have lost their colors in the shadowed areas.
Like anything's art if you call it art. It's interesting.
Anything's art if you do it, dude.
Yeah.
Right.
All you got to do is do it, and
Just do it.
And somebody can say, "Oh, that's rad."
Yeah. Just got to do it.
Is that some peanut shells laying there, or a wrapper or something? I saw.
Probably. It's meant to look like they were hanging out.
But you add a maintenance guy, a cleaning crew that is clueless. It just adds to the whole performance art to me.
Yeah.
It's like a crime scene.
Right.
One man's trash. All right.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Well, everybody did their job then. Everybody should be commended.
Everybody's fine.
Yeah,
the artwork was saved.
Yeah.
Everything's okay.
Make your art look like trash, and then it gets taken out with the trash.
But then saved.
All right.
PC2, 20-year-old influencer Jack Doherty crashed his new $200,000 sports car near Miami, and he was live streaming at the time.
I saw this douche.
Yeah.
He's a douche. God. Hate this guy.
Yeah. His friend Michael was the one filming from the passenger seat. It shows Jack checking his phone while doing 70 miles an hour in his McLaren in the rain. They hit a barricade, and his car was totaled. Footage of the crash and then of the random people pulling them from the car. So.
Whoa! Whoa! No! 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 Help! 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 Break the window! Oh! Oh! Help! Oh! No, my car, bro. Dude, my car! No! Are you kidding me, bro? Michael, are you good? Michael, are you okay? Oh my God, bro. Bro, my whole car, bro. There's no... Michael, here. Michael, film on that phone too. Oh my God. Can you film on yours on the phone? And just make it look good. Look through here the whole time. Bro, where Michael is.
Yeah, you heard him say, make it look good. Yeah.
Yeah, his friend was bleeding in the car. And I have to tell you, I was oblivious to this douchebag until this morning.
Yeah.
When I saw the video. Now I just hope he gets run over by a fire truck.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know of this dude?
Nah.
Okay.
And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free.
And then he takes his shirt off. His car's pretty trashed, and then his buddy's sitting there bleeding in the passenger seat, but he's filming it to make a fake scene.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on fire. I'm on fire.
Kid's going to turn 21 next week.
I'm trying to do a Ricky Bobby out there in the middle of the interstate.
Mm-hmm. He makes over $10 million a year.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
How's he do that? How do we get some of that? He just seems like a special little asshole to me.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah. So, let's see. Oh, no. He does do OnlyFans, too. He performs stunts and pranks, some of which are illegal. He got kicked off of Kick, which is a streaming service.
The paint job on the McLaren was pretty bad, like a paintball splatter
Yeah.
thing, which I guess is part of the act or whatever. But I was hoping he'd get run over. He's got the most punchable face, which is probably part of his routine.
He does. Yeah.
Does anybody follow this kid? What's his name?
A lot of people follow him.
Yeah, it sounds like it. If he's making $10 million.
He has 14 million subscribers.
Okay, and what's he do? What else does he do?
He does pranks.
Oh, okay.
And
Gotcha.
stuff. Yeah. It's irritating, isn't it?
Well, he's out there with his shirt off, getting clicks. His buddy's bleeding to death in the passenger seat, which is probably a crime somewhere, but not aiding and abetting or assisting or something. But yeah, nice publicity stunt. Nice shtick.
So there you have it. We did it to ourselves, right? We gotta stop making these people famous. But I don't think it's us doing it. It's our children.
Well, that's a distraction for 5 minutes.
It's our children making them happy, famous, watching them. Yeah.
It was interesting. I saw the scene. There was really not anything interesting about it. He's just an idiot that had his traction control off and went into the guardrail. And then he turns it into his stunt show of taking his shirt off and watching his friend bleed to death. It reminded me of the Hulk Hogan. Who's this kid that crashed? He's got a couple of DUIs.
Yeah.
I forget his name. He killed his buddy.
Nick. Right?
Yeah, Nick, who killed his veteran buddy that was back from the service.
Well, that's what I was about to say. This is a 20-year-old. He's going to be 21 tomorrow. We all know, right? Your brain, whether you're male or female, it's not fully formed until your later 20s. Your frontal lobe especially, which is where your decision making.
Yeah.
You're weighing out your risk reward calculations you're not making them when you're in your early 20s as well as you do later on in life, which is why we all do the stupidest of things in our 20s. And to be driving a sports car like that, it's just there's one outcome that's going to happen here, and it's crashing of the car, and he already did it. You know what
Small
I mean?
price to pay for another 5 million fans
Right.
to make $1 million. But yeah, I think part of his shtick is people watching, hoping that people are going to punch him out at some point.
Right.
Because he's got the most punchable face since Kyle Rittenhouse.
This is when it's good. This is when it's good to be poor, kids. Because if you're a poor 20-year-old, you're getting an old Honda Civic that can barely get up to 65 miles an hour.
Hey, listen.
So you're like, all right, this is fine. I can't really give it too much gas and do stupid things with my car. It'll get me point A to point B. I'm going to take care of it because I know I need it to get to work and everything else. You're not going to be dumb with it. And see, this rich kids end up crashing.
This would have ended a little differently if he would have taken out a family in a minivan.
Yeah.
And blew that thing up. But otherwise, I mean, you watch this and you're like, oh, man, that sucks. Until the kid gets out of his car, takes his shirt off, and starts filming himself screaming, bro, 80 times. Yeah. At that point, I started hoping for the worst for him.
Yeah,
But,
I was like, oh.
Hey, man, rock on, dude, you and your $10 million.
And then the other people that are pulling them out of the car, I was like, I bet you they were like, put him back in. Can we put him back in?
Yeah, he is. He is quite the a-hole, man.
Yeah.
Wow. Fun. Anyways, I'll be here not doing stunts. Wrecking the JJO Jeep so I don't get fired.
Dumbing down your smartphone. One podcast at a time. Listen, rate, and subscribe to the JJO Morning Show podcast. Get up with Johnny and D. JJO.
Did you play this song when you were spinning the hits?
I think we played this 5-6 times a night. Yeah, I didn't mean to hit the post and I hit it. That's just old.
That was amazing.
I'm hitting the post and I'm not even getting paid over here. What? Comes naturally. Thank you. Thank you.
Would you, if you wouldn't have seen that song, would you have known it was Snow
Yeah,
singing?
yeah. Oh,
Okay.
God, yeah.
All right.
Just jam that thing. It's good, too.
Yeah, totally good tune. There's a guy, I wish I would remember who it was, that did that song for the talent competition. He was lip syncing it and he had a dance with it. And I was like, yeah.
Okay, it's cute. Yeah, that was like,
man, talent shows.
it was early 90s. We were still rocking the top 40.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Back then when I was doing the night show. I was still on the night show, I think.
Oh, nice.
Still doing my top 8 a day.
Hey.
Sure you were tuned in and taking notes.
Okay. So, listen, I know we are enjoying the fall-like temperatures.
Ooh.
It's very nice.
Lovely.
Today, tomorrow, Friday, I know we're going in the 80s, which is crazy. But it'll be nice. We're camping this weekend for a little bit, so I'm excited that we're going to have at least 45 overnight, so I'm not freezing my booty off in a tent. But all right, so we're looking into the winter, though. Farmer's Almanac. I'm not sure how accurate this is going to be, but it doesn't look like we're going to have a terrible winter. According to the Farmer's Almanac, yeah. The coldest part of the winter will be the final week of January, stretching into the beginning of February, thanks to the blast of Arctic air when it blows across the Great Lakes. But pretty much, we are looking at above average temperatures for most of the winter. The coldest temps will be in the Northern Plains and Great Lakes region, which is no surprise to us, right? But it's going to be wet. Just like your mom was last night when I came over and put a couple knocks in a good old stink garage.
Well.
Yeah, above average temps with more precipitation than expected than usual. So I don't know if that means we're going to be like goopy, soppy wet or like snow wet.
Sure, whatever. I mean, I like a little snow for the back patio for the hot tub, and like the Christmas lights get to sparkle a little bit. I mean, yeah, just enough to paint a pretty scene. That's what I like.
Google.
I'd rather have snow than like 3 weeks worth of 20 below zero.
Right.
It's a good consistent snow base.
Same. Google Photos brings up your memories. They'll be like, yes, memories from 2 years ago, blah, blah, blah. So trip to the Chip 2 years ago.
Yeah, snow. Yeah, remember that. That was pretty cool. That was pretty cool looking out there. It was snowing kind of like during the show, and then we walked out and everything was kind of covered. Was that Starset?
No, that was Aaron.
Oh, Aaron. Okay.
Yep.
So cool.
And we had snow, too, for Citizen Zero.
Yeah, it's like it's either snowing or it's 80 degrees and the bees are out.
Yeah.
Looking to,
Which it looks like that's going to be the case
looks
this
like we're
year.
going to get warm. I love it.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's fantastic.
Flip-flop weather in the North Woods.
Jesus Christ.
That's cool, man.
Jesus Christ. All right. Now, I don't know if y'all have been watching the Monsters series on Netflix. One season was about Dahmer. Evan Peters played Dahmer. This season is the Menendez brothers. Ryan Murphy is the director, producer, I'm assuming, writer. I think I know he's like the head honcho guy about it all. Ryan Murphy has no regrets when it comes to his work. 2 weeks after Eric Menendez slammed the Netflix true crime series Monsters, the Lyle and Eric Menendez story, for its portrayal of him and his older brother, Lyle Menendez's conviction for the 1989 murders of their parents, Jose and Kitty Menendez. The show's co-creator believes the pair should be grateful rather than playing the victim card. They're very much so playing the victim card, but that's what they've done the whole time. The Menendez brothers should be sending me flowers, Ryan told the Hollywood Reporter in an interview published October 1st. They haven't had so much attention in 30 years. And it's gotten attention not only in this country, but all over the world. There's an outpouring of interest in their lives and in the case. And I know for a fact that many people have offered to help them because of the interest of my show and what we did. What I really like about this version of the show is, and granted, it's a drama, and it's his interpretation of what might have happened. Mm-hmm. But it's the parents' point of view, which is something we've never had before. It's always focused on what happened with Eric and Lyle, which was there abuse? Yeah, there definitely was.
Didn't they lie, though, at the beginning and said that a maid or somebody shotgunned the parents? They were full of crap from the get-go.
They're entitled assholes.
Yeah, okay.
Were they abused? Yes.
Yeah.
Are they entitled assholes? Yes.
Yeah.
The two things can be true at the same time. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I mean, they were spoiled, rich assholes. 100%.
Right. Yeah,
I think they would have killed their parents if they were abused or not.
I think they were circling the wagons. The cops were on them anyways when they confessed.
Yeah.
But they would have lied the whole way, I think, if they could have got away with it.
They got caught.
Yeah.
Right. They would have lied, but they got caught.
Yeah.
And they had to.
This was a big deal. I don't know. Were you born yet? And when was this? 80s?
It was 89.
How old were you in 89?
8.
8 years old. Were you paying attention? You remember it a little bit?
No, I don't.
Yeah, it was a pretty big deal. I mean, it wasn't as big as the OJ thing, but certainly, yeah, it was big. It was a huge deal. These two,
yeah,
definitely set the table for the OJ thing. But holy crap!
Well, and OJ was found not guilty
right
before the Menendez guys went into court. I thought.
Oh wait, am I getting my timeline effed up?
Yeah, because
no.
Because
OJ was after the Menendez.
Because they were trying to come up with a saying, if the glove does not fit, do not acquit. They were trying to come up with one too. The Menendez guys were like,
I know, but that was way before OJ. OJ was like 90, 5 or whatever. We were sitting on the couch watching it every day.
Yeah, 1995.
Yeah. Me and Snuff would sit there and eat Subway and argue. And
oh my God, we had it in the current events. Yeah, every day.
We'd be screaming, "He's guilty!" We'd literally sitting here on the couch screaming at each other.
July 1993 was the start of the Menendez trial, and that was all over TV, court TV as well.
Yeah, that was right.
Yeah, so it was nuts.
So where do we stand with this? What are they trying to tell us?
Oh, so anyway, where is I at here?
And what new evidence?
So there isn't any.
Oh, okay.
It's just a story. It's just a Netflix show.
Right. So do you think it's because of the atmosphere of how people are treated who are sexually abused? I mean, you think it's the current state of where we are now that this is becoming a thing with them, giving them a second chance or relitigating the whole thing?
No. The Menendez brothers came out because this show focuses on the parents and how big of assholes Lyle and Eric were. Mm-hmm. And so Lyle and Eric came out and they were like, I can't believe that it's just ignoring all this abuse. They're playing the poor me card.
Gotcha.
And the creator of the show is like, screw you. You're murderers, you know?
Right.
So, The thing that the Menendez brothers and their people neglect is that we were telling a story that was a very broad canvas. We had an obligation that so many people, not just Eric and Lyle. But what I find so fascinating is that they're playing the victim card right now. Poor, pitiful us, which I find reprehensible and disgusting. They have no, Eric might, but Lyle's a dick. They have no remorse. They don't care that they're just mad that they're in jail.
I remember they went shopping after shotgunning the parents, like, it's time to have fun. Okay, here we go. It's a new life, Rolexes. Here we go. And then I saw last week Kim Kardashian was going to jump in and try to get them a pardon or whatever. How long is their sentence?
In just 6 months, Lyle and Eric spent nearly $1 million on parties, travel, and shopping. Yeah. However, after being arrested 7 months later, most of the money from Jose's estate had been consumed by taxes and legal fees.
Gotcha. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Kim, if you think they're innocent, why don't you have them come over and stay at the house? I mean, get a couple of them kids out, let them stay with Easy, and you can have the Menendez over and babysit them.
Yeah.
Work on the retrial. Oh, well.
Yeah, I don't know. They're terrible. I mean, that whole thing, and the abuse they went through is awful for sure. But they were still, I mean, sociopaths without a doubt. Which, I mean, how much of that was now we're talking about nature versus nurture.
Well, they were adults, weren't they? Old enough when they killed the parents. I mean, weren't they 19 or 20 or whatever? I mean, they were right there at the line. So I mean, they knew what they were doing. If that's the bar we're setting. But yeah, I don't know. Kim Kardashian and the Menendez brothers, boy, can't even make that stuff up.
Yeah,
let them sit there.
Well. Yeah, how interesting, especially given, Kim's dad.
Right.
Yeah.
Bada boom, getting OJ off.
Yeah, and they had to sit there.
Yeah, they forced us to shotgun them to death.
Yeah.
Shut up.
And they had to sit there and watch OJ get off and be like, well, he's so guilty. Yeah, well, you're so guilty too, dude. All y'all deserve to be behind bars.
Well, at that age, you could make a case they could have walked away. I mean, they,
right.
at 8 or whatever. I don't even know. How old were they when they gunned down the parent? 20? 21?
But out there.
But they couldn't because they knew where the money was.
They were 21 and 18.
21 and 18.
Well, and that's just it. And then, especially those wealthier families like that, those kids tend to stay in those houses longer. Mm-hmm. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's.
Well, now it doesn't matter. Now your kids aren't leaving ever because it's too expensive for anyone to live outside the house. Jesus.
I mean,
Christ.
how hard is that to make a case if you're a prosecutor? Let's see, they shotgunned the parents and spent $1 million of their dollars.
Right.
$1 million trust fund or whatever they had them laying around. Mm-hmm. Jesus. What a bunch of lunatics. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Go to jail. Go directly to jail.
Well, and that's, the abuse came out during the trial, and that was, they were trying to blame it on that. Which it probably.
The abuse excuse. Mm-hmm. If the abuse don't fit, you must excuse. I can't even make stuff up this morning.
What did they say in the show? It was like, if you are abused, you cannot be accused. That's what it was. I was like, oh hell.
Well,
no.
where does the law stop? So you use up all your appeals. How does Kim not know that if she's such a high-powered lawyer now?
But there's also, then I always look at it too. I'm like, there's how many other people out there that get that have been through abuse that don't gun down people.
Right. There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
There's your case. Yeah.
So, was it terrible? Yeah. But you're also psychotic. So.
God, why is it always got to be about the Kardashians? God. Just lay there and open your legs.
Always got to be about her.
Lay there and open your legs, lady, and just shut up. Oh, what? What? It's how she got famous. Come on now. Work with me on this. Say something. Don't leave me hanging. Ray J, get in there.
You can't tap him in.
Replay today the JJO Morning Show podcast. Get up with Johnny and D. JJO.
All right, dude. How are you doing?
Fine.
How you doing? Need a back rub? What's going on?
Don't touch me.
I already did.
All right. A Florida medical assistant was left permanently blind in her right eye, needing surgery to remove it following a freak accident.
There you go.
When her large dog lunged for a rabbit during their walk. Daniela Abreu, 24, and her 60-pound husky, Bleh, were on a nighttime stroll around their Florida neighborhood when the pooch spotted a bunny on August 7th. So she used a rope leash to control Blue because of the dog's size. So, these retractable, right? Her usual leash became too frayed, so she started using this old retractable leash, which gave out when the dog detected the rabbit. So you can't, first of all, if you have an old leash and a big dog, that's a bad combination.
Or too small of one of the retractable.
Yeah.
You got to have the right size to stop a husky or whatever this thing was.
Yeah. So this is a bad combination. Any vet will tell you not to use, especially those vinyl retractable leashes, the ones with the cord. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, totally.
Because they burn you.
Correct.
And they hurt like a son of a bitch. Many accidents. So lots of vets will be like, do not use the retractable leashes, period, end of story. After this lady's story, you probably won't want to either. But I will say, now definitely double check your leash to make sure it is not at least used, frayed, whatever.
You need the 100-pound rated retractable for your 60-pound dog.
Yeah. Bam. Go bigger.
That's what your mom said.
It is true. It's worth the girth. Man, you got to bore that thing out.
Right.
So she had the retractable leash. Gave out. She was struck in the face by the retractable leash's handle. Started gushing blood. The dog's still running, by the way. Because the dog don't care that you got hit in the face.
Right.
By the goddamn leash.
He's playing rabbit games.
Yeah, and it's a husky.
Yeah.
The husky sees the rabbit. Husky's gone.
Bye.
You are there looking for your eyeball on the side of the road. It happened so fast. I knew it was bad immediately, though. The force of the leash was so traumatic. I'm sure.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
She said fight or flight mode kicked in, and she ran home screaming to her parents. My mom got to me first, and I fell into her arms, and I just got really pale. Oh, she lives with her parents. Well, good for you. That probably helped. If she would have ran home and been
ran in
alone,
circles. Right.
Yeah.
Remember when I keep thinking of when Uma Thurman took out Daryl Hannah's eyeball and killed.
Oh my God, Black Mama.
And killed Bill.
Yeah. The snatch, yeah.
The snatch over scare.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Even though it might not have been a life or death situation at that moment, I obviously didn't know.
God.
Yeah, because your eyeball, you couldn't see. I'm sure it was just blood everywhere. You didn't know.
Eye socket crushed.
Yeah.
Who knows?
And you were totally going through shock, dude. Holy smokes.
So the dog's gone. Her eyeballs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pancaked, and she's just screaming bloody murder heading home.
She underwent x-rays. Doctors stitched her eyelid back together, but then adrenaline wore off. She was dealing with the excruciating aftermath. Pain was a 10 out of 10, she says. I imagine so.
They call her Left Eye. She joined a girl group.
And then she underwent emergency surgery. She was declared permanently blind in her right eye with no chance of salvaging her vision.
That sucks.
She underwent 4 additional surgeries. Doctors confirming the severity of the damage ultimately snatched her eyeball right out her head. Bedridden for the first few months, sleeping often as a way to both heal and grieve. Yeah, you'll be fine. I know plenty of broads with one eye.
I know one. I don't know her that well. She won't return my call. I want to do bad things to her eye socket, but that's for a different show.
Yeah.
There's a debate we used to have. Let's not go there. We made a list once.
Oh, are we going on the air? Okay.
We made a list once of the top 10 nastiest stuff you could do to a chick's eye socket. Let's just move on. This is not good.
I was impressed with her creativity, to be honest with you.
I have the list in my briefcase. I could get it out, but I won't. Yeah, so a lot of those retractable things have that little thumb release.
Yeah.
Thing. I've had a million of them because I've had 4 huskies, so I probably still have 2 or 3 at the house. But I mean, if that thing, it depends on the action of the retractable
It does.
gear in there. But I mean, if you laid that thing out 10 feet and then pop that button, dude, all hell's going to break loose.
Totally. I
That steel clip.
I could see it being very bad.
Oh, for sure.
100%.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, right.
I don't even know if even if you had glasses would have made it worse, or
would it have protected you?
I don't know. I mean, prescription glasses.
I don't know.
I think that would have made it worse. Like a welding helmet on, that would have helped.
I've put my entire life on pause. I went from being a super active girl on a competitive dance team, working out on the side, full-time job, and I basically had to take a year off life. She's had severe migraines, PTSD, and anxiety and panic attacks because of the incident. Stop. I would like to take a minute here.
Uh-oh. Time out call on the radio field.
Now, I know it sucked, and I know it's early in the game. Okay, it's only been a year. Let's give this bitch some time. But can we take a second? And I'm not dismissing trauma being bad. But everything is not PTSD. Okay? Sometimes things happen to us and it sucks. And you just think about it for a while and it sucks for a while. And you just get over it. You just give it time and you'll get over it.
A year.
And it'll just suck for a bit.
Right.
That doesn't mean it's PTSD.
Right.
Can we stop throwing PTSD out there for everything?
Remember when
because we're diminishing people that really have PTSD.
That was the next thing out of my mouth right there. That's exactly what I was going to say. Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's life-altering for sure, but I mean, people live with it all the time. And prosper and do well.
Right. Girl. Come on now.
Yeah. Yeah, be careful. I mean, I don't know if they come with a little warning on them. I don't know. Does it need a warning?
Yeah.
Can you operate a dog leash? What are we talking about? Hey, show me the guy at PetSmart. I'm going to clip this to my belt. Let's see if you know what to do when I run away and the leash comes off unattached.
You're going to get...
It's like
you have to take a lesson
right
for your goddamn dog leash.
Yeah, you got to get a permit to run your dog leash.
Yeah.
It's a 10-day waiting period.
Well, them bigger dogs especially, that's a lot of power behind that dog. I mean,
I think it depends.
For Christ's sake.
Yeah, it depends on what kind of dog you have and how strong you are, to be honest with you. A good dog could rip that right out of your hand. He sees an animal, or whatever. He sniffs it. He will chase it.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. Just let it go, man. Let's see if we have a dog leash fan here. Hello?
Okay.
All right.
2 things and then a joke.
Awesome.
One,
awesome.
I like how we get the outline.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, you got to make
what?
a plan.
I
right?
wish I had a plan when I came into work like this.
No, dude.
Like I know exactly what we're gonna get, whether I want to stick
what
around.
helps me make a plan is just taking it on the wing, and then any plan is a plan.
That's how I do it.
But
all right, go
first,
ahead.
I agree with D. I mean, I've been in an accident in a passing lane, and I did not, I had a strong aversion to passing large trucks after that.
Right.
Even now as a commercial driver. But I don't, it's not like I don't have flashbacks every time I go to pass a vehicle. This is not, a traumatic loss does not necessitate PTSD. That is not,
right.
it is not the same thing. It's like she's not hitting the deck every time she hears a ruler, like one of those measuring
Retractable.
tapes
Yeah,
retract. It's not the same thing.
right.
Oh,
She's not elbows and ass every time something pulls back.
Yes.
Also, I'm going to take one on the chin here. Are we going to make her an honorary member of the Black Eyed Peas?
No, we're not.
No.
No, but I like the nomination. At least her and the Biatch got nominated for something. I know we didn't. Wow, it stings. I could tell you. But no, thank you, dude. I appreciate it. That was very good. Well laid out. Thank you. Thank you for your presentation. No, it's like I said, I've had a 60-pound husky. And I tell you, you really do need the applicable leash.
Yeah.
You know, you can get a little one. You know, people out walking their little lap dogs that want to take a pee-pee in somebody's yard off the sidewalk. Yeah, that's fine. That's what those are for.
Yeah.
But man, you better damn well be strong enough or know what load that leash can handle.
Yeah.
Before you take your big old ass dog out.
Yeah. And I have a rope leash and I have a retractable leash for Chewy.
Mm-hmm.
But I also, I don't have the vinyl retractable leash. I have the thicker.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
And I also know how and when to use that.
Shoot your eye out, kid.
But you have to be vigilant about it, and I don't know.
I told you I was.
It's the general public we're talking about, and they're idiots.
Keep her away from sharp tools for the next. You got to feel this out. I'll never forget it. We were at Foxborough Golf Course in Oregon, and I'll never forget it because I almost went blind. I reached down for my golf ball. It was laying over a fence, and I went down to get my ball and rammed my eye right into a stick that was sticking up out of the ground.
Oh, my God.
I just sat down. I couldn't see for 10 minutes. I'm like, this is it. Things are going dark. This is how it's going to end.
Oh, no. That's scary, though.
Yeah, well, it was so embarrassing. I mean,
well, yeah, besides embarrassing.
I mean, you freaking douche. Kick the ball. Get it with club, whatever. No, I reached down and just, it was so self-inflicted. It was so stupid. And I will tell you, that is a scary moment. I will give you that. I do have some experience. You ever almost poked an eyeball out?
Yes, I have almost.
How did you do yours? How did you do yours?
Kind of a similar thing where I was reaching, but I was reaching to grab something in a stick.
Yeah.
Like, how do you miss it when it's right in front of your face? But you do.
Well, alcohol.
I don't even have that excuse, unfortunately, in this instance. But it brushed, it was the side of my eye. So it went like corner and past.
Mm-hmm.
But if I would have been half an inch over,
boom,
it would have been a whole nother story.
Would have laid right there.
Yeah.
And then we'd be talking about things to do to your eye socket.
Yeah, well, I would have been on OnlyFans having all kinds of things done to it. Kidding me?
Get in line, boys.
That's right.
How many guys have ejaculated into her eye socket?
You'll never know.
5,000. She has the record.
Yeah. Take that, David Rush. I have the Guinness World Record.
You know, if you poke your eye out with a dog leash and then you recover and then keep a positive attitude about it and go about your day, does that give you a new leash on life?
Oh, dude.
Oh, yeah. High fives all around. Nope. Nope. COVID. That's how COVID started.
Get an elbow.
No more high five.
The JJO Morning Show podcast with Johnny and D. Listen, rate, subscribe. Catch a new show every Monday through Friday, 6 till 10 a.m. on 94.1 JJO or streaming anywhere in the JJO app. Johnny and D, nowhere but JJO.